Oh god, this is huge! So guys, this is one of those massive tech unboxing videos, and today in this video, I've got a brand new 4K HDR TV to show you all. Hey guys, Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be super awesome because I have a brand new 4K TV to show you all. Thing is, this is festival time, right? Guys, so a lot of people think of buying a brand new TV for their home, and I was also having a similar plan. Thing is, I already had a Sony 4K HDR TV, a 55-inch model in my living room, but my plan was to shift that TV to my bedroom and get a new 4K TV for the living room, guys. So I was looking for a TV, smart 4K HDR TV around 55 inches size that should have all the smart features, and on top of that the main priority was the panel quality and around the price range of around like 60 to 70,000. So I've done a lot of research, I've seen like a lot of models from different brands and finally settled down with this model, guys. So this TV is from LG and the model is 55SM81, and the main thing about this TV is it's a nano cell LED TV, guys. It's not that usual normal LED TV in the market. So it's based on this new nano cell technology from LG, and let me tell you, this nano cell offers like very rich and accurate colors. That was the main reason I got it. So guys, whenever you're buying TVs in the market, you get two different TVs, guys. Like some of them come with VA panel and the remaining come with IPS panel. So both of these have their own pros and cons, depends completely on the user and what type of requirement you have. See, IPS TVs offer like very nice colors. They've got rich vivid colors with great color accuracy, and on top of that, the viewing angles are excellent on IPS TVs. But if you go for the VA panel slightly offers like better contrast ratio, and the black uniformity is also slightly better on the VA panel. But again, as I've told you just now, the color is nowhere as good as an IPS panel, and also the viewing angles are limited. So completely depends upon the application. Suppose you want a TV for your living room, where your living room is like very wide and you have a big sofa and people watch the TV from different angles, there you might want to prefer an IPS TV. But if you're looking for something like a dark room, maybe a theater room, there you might want to have a VA panel TV because it offers like better contrast ratio and uniform black levels. So yeah, like this depends on your requirement, you can choose the model. So I wanted IPS TVs only because see, for me, panel quality, the color accuracy, rich colors, this is what I always look for. And also viewing angles, guys, wide viewing angles. That was the main reason I chose this model only. So this nano cell TV from LG comes with a lot of smart features, and if you talk about the resolution, I've told you, right, it's a 4K TV, native 4K resolution. It's got HDR, that too active HDR support, and has all the smart features. This is not an Android TV, guys. As usual, LG has their own WebOS operating system and comes with smart ThinQ AI features, and along with that, it's got Magic Remote on it. Magic Remote itself like offers like crazy features. I'll be coming there in a moment. So what I'll do is we'll unbox the TV, we'll set it up, and then I'll show you how the TV quality looks like, all the smart features, and we'll go through all of them one by one. So I actually got this in the Amazon's recent festival sale, guys, for around like 69,000 rupees. Pretty nice deal. So yeah, that is what I wanted to tell you all. Let's get started with the unboxing. Alright guys, I'm back to continue the video. I'm completely done with the unboxing and setup part of the TV. As you can see, the TV is all good to go. Thing is, unboxing video was actually shot on a different day and I've been using the TV since then. So in this video right now, I'll be giving like my complete experience and feedback on the product. I'll be talking about the design, the build quality, picture quality, all the smart AI features LG is offering and all that stuff in this video. So let me just go back to my chair and we'll be starting them one by one. So guys, first thing I have to tell you is I fixed the TV using the stand, guys, the stand that we got in the box. You actually get the wall mount bracket as well free with the package. So here you go, this is a wall mounting bracket. So you do have an option to wall mount the TV. But to give you guys a demo, I've actually fixed it on the stand. And let me tell you about the design first, guys. So as soon as you power it on, out of the box, first thing you'll observe is how thin the bezels on this TV are. LG calls it as nano bezels, and I can definitely say the bezels are very thin, especially on the sides and the top, guys. But the bottom bezel is slightly a bit thicker. So if you talk about the build quality of the TV is very good. It's made of top-notch materials. The whole body of the TV is made of polycarbonate, and the TV has this nice metallic, profile to the sides as well as on the stand. It's got this nice metallic finish which gives it a premium look and feel. But one thing I have to mention is the overall look of the TV is very similar to LG monitors, guys. LG also makes monitors, right? It comes with the similar U-shaped stand and it's fixed it from the center. So what happens is, since the stand is fixed from the center, if you touch the TV or slightly move it, the whole TV wiggles like this and feels a bit unbalanced. So instead of this design, I felt LG should have offered two separate individual stands on both the sides. That would have made the TV much more stable when you put it on a stand. So that is one thing I'd like to mention. And coming back to the design, the TV looks very clean from the front. There is nothing to distract. You only have LG NanoCell tiny branding on the lower right corner. And if you talk about the buttons on it, there is only one power button at the center of the TV on the bottom over here, and beside that you've got a tiny status LED indicator as well. And if you talk about the connectivity ports, well, all the connectivity ports on the TV are present at the back side of the TV. So it's got like 4 HDMI ports, out of them one supports ARC as well. You've got 2 USB ports. You can even connect pen drives and play directly, music files, video files, movies and all that stuff. Along with that, you've got an optical port, audio left-right ports, and also component video in. So these are all the available ports. And yes, you do have a LAN port for connecting Ethernet cable as well. So that's it. These are all the available connectivity ports on it. So now what I'll do is I'll quickly show you how the UI on it looks like using LG's Magic Remote. So this is Magic Remote, guys. It's called LG's Magic Remote, and this thing itself is crazy good. So Magic Remote offers like unique functionality which is not present on other TVs around this price range, guys. The best part about this is it's a motion control remote, guys. So you can simply hover the remote like this and you can see a mouse pointer on the display. You can easily navigate through the menu and access any feature or options very easily like this over here. Let me just quickly go to the home page and show you. So this is how the home page on the TV looks like. I've told you, right, this is not an Android TV. LG has an own operating system known as WebOS. So this is how the home screen on the TV looks like, and if you want to select anything, you can simply hover the remote like this and access any option over there. And the best part is the remote also has a scroll wheel at the center. This is crazy. So if you've got a list or anything in the settings, you can just simply scroll through over here and easily access any option you want. That scroll wheel can also let you scroll through web browser or maybe app list, and can be useful at a lot of places. So that's not all. The Magic Remote also has built-in voice assistant feature. I've told you, right, LG's TV supports both Google Assistant as well as comes with built-in Alexa function, guys. So just by pressing this voice assistant button at the center of the remote over here, you can activate Google Assistant and ask any question you want. And along with that, if you want to access Alexa, just by long pressing the Amazon Prime Video button on the remote, you can access Alexa. Not only that, the remote also has some quick access shortcuts for some apps. Like if you want to access Netflix, you've got Netflix button over here as well as Amazon Prime Video button. By pressing this button, you can directly, switch to that app. Pretty nice. And the microphone is at the top side over here, guys, using which you can control the voice assistant. So these are all the features available on the Magic Remote. Now before we proceed further and check out the UI and all the built-in apps and all that, let me quickly tell you the specs of this TV. So as I've told you before guys, this is LG's NanoCell model I've already mentioned, and the native resolution is 4K, supports HDR10 and also has HLG support, so pretty nice. And if you talk about the panel the TV has is IPS as mentioned before, so it offers like wide viewing angles with rich colors, and the native refresh rate is 50 Hz. But not to forget, it also comes with LG's True Motion technology that like artificially adds frames in between the video content playing on the TV and makes it appear super smooth while watching. So that feature is also there. So guys, now let me tell you about the UI and all that stuff. I've already shown you, right? This is a home dashboard on the TV from where you can access all the multiple inputs that are connected to the TV. And not only that, you can even control some home IoT devices as well. It's got Bluetooth built in, so you can even connect some audio devices like speakers and all that stuff and play directly music and movies and enjoy on your Bluetooth speakers. That option is also there. And the best part is the TV also supports Apple AirPlay and is compatible with Apple HomeKit as well. So if you've got some Apple devices at your home, they're like fully compatible with the TV. You can wirelessly, share videos and play them on the TV. Pretty nice feature guys. And if you want to access all the built-in apps and App Store and all that stuff, you can simply do that by pressing the home button on the remote. Just press the home button and a pop-up interface comes from the bottom, and this is how it looks like. Again, it's very convenient to access all the apps on it because we've got Magic Remote with motion gestures, right? You can easily access like this. So on the bottom, you've got the whole panel. Left side, you've got the recent apps. That means you can switch to the recently used app directly from here. Then we've got the search tab. Then we've got the home dashboard. So these are all the apps that we got built in with the TV. I didn't have to download them separately. We've got most of the popular apps on it guys, like you've got Netflix, we've got Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus Hotstar is there, ZEE5 is also there, along with that Google Play Movies service is also there, Apple TV as I've just mentioned before, and you've got a lot of other apps like this, a built-in web browser, photo and video, media player, music player, and this is called LG Content Store, which is basically LG's own app store. So let me just quickly open that and show you how it looks like. So guys, this is how LG's App Store looks like. It's got a very clean interface and all the apps on it are like nicely organized in different categories. Like all the newly updated apps are one section. You've got the popular apps section over here. So yeah, one thing I'd like to mention over here is the app range is not as good as Google's Play Store, but again, you've got most of the popular apps that you would require available over here. Like I've told you, right, Netflix, Prime Video, ZEE5, Hotstar, all these are like readily available, so that is not an issue. And installing the apps is also very simple. Just click on any particular app that you want and hit the install button and you're good to go. And if you talk about the hardware specs, the TV has a quad-core CPU on the inside and also has a 4K upscaler. So suppose you're playing some low resolution files like maybe 1080p or any other lower resolution files, the TV will automatically process that, upscale it to 4K and then show you on the TV. So pretty nice. The processing quality is also pretty good, and I didn't see any sort of compressions or artifacts also. We'll be coming to the picture quality in a moment. And if you come to the UI and the interface, see, most of the times the UI and interface and also app switching, everything was seamless and pretty smooth. But sometimes if you have like a lot of apps running in the background, you could see some slight hiccups here and there. But again, that was happening very rarely. So that was about the LG App Store and stuff. Let me just go back home and we'll then check out all the other features. Alright, so now let's talk about the main part of the video guys, the picture quality on my brand new LG 4K TV. So what I'll do is I'll just play some 4K video samples that I shot on my GH5 at 4K resolution. I'll be playing them on the TV and showing you how the quality of the display on it looks like. So let's just play them and check out. My god, did you guys see those video samples that I just played on the TV? Amazing, right? I can only have one word to say right now. Awesome. I'm like very impressed by that TV's panel quality. So first of all, let me tell you that this is an IPS panel, right? It's got IPS panel with native 4K resolution, and there's a great amount of detail on the panel. The sharpness is perfect, and if you talk about the colors, well, it's got LG's NanoCell technology. See, basically this TV has like 1 nanometer nanoparticles on the front side, which purify the normal dull and impure colors and bring out rich and vivid colors with great color accuracy. So you get like true to life colors on this panel, guys. Amazing. I'm like very impressed by that. And if you talk about the dynamic range of the TV is also very good. It was showing great amount of detail in both the highlight as well as the shadow areas, and especially while watching HDR content, I was like very impressed with the performance it was offering for the price that you're paying. The contrast ratio of the TV also pretty good, guys, not bad at all. But one thing I have to say is this is an Edge LED TV with local dimming, right? So when you're watching movies or content with dark scenes or dark areas, sometimes you can see some light bleeding from here and there in the TV screen. Now that is because of local dimming, guys. The technology itself works like that. If you don't want that to happen, you can maybe go for the next model in this series only. They've got 9000 series. This is the 8100, right? In the 9000, LG offers full array local dimming. There you won't have this light bleeding issue. Again, it's not something to worry about, guys. And if you're watching full screen content like this, then you won't see any of those backlight bleeding issues. So that was about the picture quality. Let me just play some of my video on YouTube and also check out the sound quality on the TV. Hey guys, it's Vimal here and welcome back to another video on my channel. So today I'm like super excited because you guys remember a few days ago I was talking that I'll be changing my complete setup to something new, right? Well, today is finally the day, guys. I told you right, in my setup I'll be including some new monitor as well. Well, the monitor has just arrived and let me tell you, it's not just one monitor, guys. This time I've decided that I'll go complete all out. That's why I've ordered like 2 similar monitors and I'll be going with a complete dual monitor. So guys, first of all, let me tell you, usually I'm not like impressed with the sound quality, especially with the built-in speakers on a TV, but that was not the case over here. The built-in speakers on this LG's NanoCell are actually pretty good, and on top of that it supports like DTS Virtual X surround sound, right? So I've streamed a lot of movies and a different type of content on it, and I was actually quite satisfied with the sound quality. The sound quality was pretty good. I could easily understand most of the dialogues. The distortion was minimum, and since it's got DTS Virtual X surround sound, it was producing nice artificial surround sound effects while watching movies. See, especially if you're tight on a budget and can't afford home theater or sound bars while buying the TV, then no problem, you can even settle down with the built-in speakers. They'll get your job done. The audio output is also decently loud and satisfactory. So before we end the video, let me just quickly show you all the different settings available on the TV. You can easily access them by pressing the settings button, guys. You've got like lots of settings available on it. Like you've got picture settings, picture modes. You've got plenty of picture modes over here, like standard, and then you've got APS, then cinema mode is there, cricket mode, there's a game mode as well. And one more thing I have to mention, the TV is also decent for gaming as well, because the response time of the TV is only around like 11 milliseconds, so that is pretty good. Usually on the other TVs, right, the response time is pretty bad and not that good, but this, it's pretty good for gaming as well. So there's game mode, HDR effect as well, expert brightness and expert darkroom also. Vivid is also there, so plenty of picture modes are available on it. Then you've got the aspect ratio settings, we've got sound mode and network connectivity settings and all that stuff. In the all settings, you've got all the remaining stuff like general settings, picture settings and all that stuff, guys. So in the picture settings also, it offers plenty of options. Let me quickly show you. You can easily adjust the picture brightness, the backlight, contrast, saturation, color temperature and a lot of other stuff. Not only that, in the advanced controls, you've got even more options like dynamic contrast, dynamic color gamut can also be adjusted, the super resolution mode and gamma. And lastly, in the picture options, you've got even more fine-tuning settings, like you can apply noise reduction, there's smooth gradation, and motion eye care is also there, guys. So if you watch TV like on long-term basis, then this can be quite helpful for you. And there's LED local dimming setting, and lastly true motion option as well. I've already told you, right, true motion like artificially adds frames in between of the video to make the video appear much more smoother while playing on the TV. So that option is also there. So these were pretty much all the settings available on the TV, guys. So yeah, well, that is pretty much it, guys. That was like my full review and my experience on LG's NanoCell 55SM8100. It's a great 4K HDR TV on a mid-range price segment of around 60 to 70,000. Excellent quality IPS panel. You'll be like very satisfied with the display. The built-in speakers are also performing very well. You've got plenty of smart features like Google Assistant, Alexa, LG's WebOS is there with built-in plenty of apps and all that stuff. The only thing is, I've told you, right, the TV is Edge LED backlit with local dimming. So you'll have some slight bleeding issues here and there when you're watching content in dark rooms or, you know, with the dark scenes in the picture. Apart from that, everything else was fine. And one more thing, see, most of the smart TVs out there have like ambient brightness adjustment. So the TV brightness automatically adapts to the ambient environment and adjusts the brightness. So there is no AI sensor on this model, guys. The AI brightness adjustment sensor was present on the next model, the 9000 series. So yeah, that is also missing over here. Apart from that, I felt for the price of around 69,000 rupees, this is one of the best 4K HDR TV you can buy. A lot of people say that why buy this when you have like 4K HDR TV from other brands at much lower price, like from Xiaomi. Xiaomi is offering only around like 35-40,000 rupees, right? 55 inches only. But see, when you put both the TVs side by side now, the panel quality is like day and night difference. I can definitely tell you that because I've seen both of them side by side. There's a great amount of difference in the picture quality. See, simple logic, right? You're paying double price for this TV means you'll definitely have better picture quality. So yeah, that is one thing. But again, see, for 35,000 rupees, that was pretty fine. If you're having a budget of around this much, I can suggest you this TV. So that is pretty much it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video and got to learn about this product. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.